So I made this post on Facebook on March 29th. Today is currently April 16th. And I wanted to walk through what it looks like to actually be able to analyze a chart from a technical standpoint, even in a super volatile market like the cryptocurrencies. So March 29th, a lot of people are sitting around and waiting for whether or not the cryptocurrency market is going to kind of break through and just continue to fall or bounce. But if you can use certain indicators and tools, you can actually analyze what's happening in the market. So I made this post about Bitcoin and Litecoin and coming for the 786, which is a level in the Fibonnacci sequence. And it's also, of course, an indicator that you can place on the charts to help you see where certain areas of price may be respected because it's technically a 78.6% retracement. All right, so now let's go to, I'm just going to use tradingview.com here. All right, so this is what it looked like on March 29th, as you can see. This is my 786 level here. And I'm going to kind of zoom out for a minute because I want to show how I place these. Now, of course, had a huge uptake. So this is before. And then this is a weekly chart here. So I want to show how I place my fibs. So I used, at the time, make sure you can see it, this level here as the high. Okay, so you can see that matches up with that. Not really the wicks. You want a few more touches to it. So this is as high as it's been. It got around like you can see here, got around like 400 and something. Around 420, 382. But really around this 330 area was a solid place that it was, as you can see, for several weeks. So it's a pretty solid place when you go down to a lower time frame. And then I just kind of use this area here as the bottom because, of course, this is where it consolidated for a while and then where it started to take off. Okay, so now come back to where we are on the daily. So remember when I put this post up, I just want to kind of show you how it unfolded. A lot of people are kind of buying in different places. They have been hanging out kind of around the same place. So what you have on the chart here is Bollinger Bands as well. And so I do use that because, as you can see, it hasn't really closed above the this middle Bollinger Band in a while. All right, so we're back to the 29th here. And as you can see, it appears to be approaching the RSI here. Out the way. I mean the stochastic. Sorry, that's not my stochastic RSI. So the stochastic here going into oversold territory, and you can tell that it's going to continue to go down. But I mean, this is a pretty strong move down. You might think, well, it's going to go down really, really far. But I'm going to go to a 4-hour chart here, just so you can kind of see what's happening even on a more hour by hour scale here. So I want to go and start at the 29th of March. Perfect. Okay. So fibs are in place. I do have some other areas of support and resistance, so that's what some of these colored lines are as well, just of previous areas of support and resistance. But as you can see here, so as of March 29th, this is the 20th hour of that one. You see that right there? So the 786 is at 108.8. The low on this is 109.33. Okay, so now as we kind of just go through time a little bit, you see what happens? Huge bullish candle next. Now, as we see, it was definitely moving downward pretty strongly. And so a lot of you might think, oh man, well, I'm just going to wait to buy, or, man, it's just going to keep falling. But then you start to realize that this level is exactly what it hit and what it bounced off of. And you can see, so now, like I said, it's April 16th. I want you to just look at this 786 level and just see where price has stayed. came down here to 110.19, so still not as low as it did on, well, technically that was the March 29th, the 20-hour candle. Let's see, and now even so to right now today, and this is our 786, remember, right here, this line here. Make them a little bigger, even though, I mean, not much price movement has happened. So you can see now, never got below that point. Never. So we're 2 weeks out, and let's see what it's actually looking like now from a daily standpoint. Some people say, well, you know, is that really significant? How would you even know? And yes, absolutely. So this shows that even in the super volatile market, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. But where it's at right now, so the Bollinger Bands are kind of coming squeezed together on the daily, which, as you can tell, hasn't really happened in a while. And then this level is being respected. It's been there now, you know, like I said, it's been what, like 2 weeks? And so it's been hanging out at this 114.6 level. Came as low, you know, at this 786, but really hasn't broken below it. And so now our stochastic is kind of coming above the 50, which you can see it hasn't done since about that time frame. And so now we're going to wait to see, but I think this has definitely been a low that we have found, and we're going to continue to take off from here. Now, of course, you know, it doesn't mean it's going to be this crazy takeoff like it was here, but, you know, it did retest this area, and this is from February and January. This is a weekly. And so now we really have been respecting this level again. And that's a pretty strong level. I mean, you know, look even back, and this is going back all the way to August. Sorry, Trading View, it's free, whatever. But I love the chart because I can just move around like this, even though I hate the ads and pop-ups, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see here just where we're at Fibonacci level wise and how it's respecting some of these levels. And I'll show you the monthly really quick as well. So when I made the post about it approaching that 786 level, definitely saw it as a very critical point. Now, of course, you can't predict the market. You don't know what that really means. Is it going to hold or is it going to break through? Breaking through that would have been pretty significant. But I think since that too is very, very significant. So we'll kind of see where we're at over the next few days and few weeks. But I hope that you were able to get in at a really great price somewhere in between this 110 to like 120 level, because that's where we had a good holdout for a while. This is based on a 4-hour, but we had a good span of time where knowing where the 786 was around that 108 level and waiting for it to get as close as possible. You know, even with Coinbase, you were able to buy it for as low as around about 111 or so, 112. And so I hope you got a good price. Even if it was around 120, 125, I think that's great as well. We're kind of back hanging out around the 130 area. But as you can see, it's definitely been a big push up, and the candlesticks were looking really strong in a bullish way. So we'll keep you posted. But like I said, I hope you were able to take advantage of that little tidbit of a tip for March 29th. And so here we are, April 16th, and that level is still holding very, very strong, and we're excited of the days to come.